Good morning, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned in to Esoteric Guidance, and my name is Nehru. We are off to continuing our journey through What's My Aura and understanding your energy signature as well as those that you interact with, written by Mystic Nishala. Good morning, happy Wednesday to you. I hope you are doing well. I am, and excited about where I am, where I feel the energy is, and yeah. Also, a shout out to our newest subscriber. I did get a name notification. Again, for our new subscribers, I don't always get those, but I did. Jennifer Lopez files for divorce from Ben Affleck after 2 years, I think they were married. And isn't this like their third time of even trying to make it work? Like, isn't it? Or something like that. Anyway, I always like to say, if it ended for a reason. Don't go back to the vomit. Okay? Also, I'm going to be doing a special video for women who are dealing with, not that men don't, because women are more and more violent today. Again, women are more likely to kill their children than men are. But I am being guided to do a video regarding, or share regarding, I shouldn't say do a video, but share regarding women who are in tumultuous situations, specifically talking about relationships, okay? And so I don't know exactly when that video will be recorded or posted, but that is something that I will be uploading at some point. Okay, so we are on to, and again, good morning, Soul Tribe Collective. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, Michelle. Did I say that? I don't think I said her name. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being a part of the channel. We are at 205 subscribers. That is a 7. When I gave everything away a year ago, speaking of 205, I ended up driving the distance from the house in Deltona, Florida, that I left to where I am is 2,050 miles. So 2050. Again, 7. You might be a life path 7, as I am. It is, I always like to give times and temperatures and all that sort of thing. It is 84 degrees. That's a 12. It is 8:37. Okay, so 45, 54 might be significant for your journey. So we are going to get into, again, we're into the next section about your health, okay? And so we're going to get into hearing your aura through physical symptoms, visualize your aura, and prioritize your health, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. When your aura feels stifled and unheard, your body will often do the talking for it. There are many reasons for an ailment, and while seeking medical treatment is the wisest first choice, an accompaniment of energetic healing can help as well. You may have persistent physical condition that seems to reappear throughout your life. Perhaps it's a series of throat infections or indigo aura. The indigo aura may suffer from, or an uncomfortable bout of constipation the orange aura may dread. Many times, your body will communicate to you what what it needs and is lacking through these conditions. The indigo aura feels as if they don't have a voice, while the orange aura is feeling blocked in their goals. In this activity, investigating persistent physical ailments will unlock energetic messages that have been waiting for you to discover them. Okay? And I know for me, I've dealt with physical ailments, but I've healed them supernaturally. Okay? So, and even if the healing came about, so for instance, the kidney transplant that happened on 7/7/17 after 4.5 years of dialysis, that was brought on by witchcraft. Originally, the illness was brought on by witchcraft, and its symptoms started in 2007. Again, 2007 might be significant for you, but it was a gradual thing. Okay? And so, with that, or because of that, I did not actually start dialysis until a severe weight loss issue in September, between September and October of 2012, and started dialysis in 2013. On 2/15 of 2013, I started my first, February 15th of 2013, I don't know if I said that right, was my first dialysis treatment. Okay, at that point I was in the hospital for 2 weeks being monitored. In fact, they did not know what the cause was, and so for a moment there, for a time, they were wearing the full, I don't know, hazmat suits or whatever it is that you wear when they would come into the room. And it's 7:01 on the timer. Okay. On the video timer. And so it was brought about by a spiritual means, but it was a physical ailment that I healed by spiritual means. Okay? And so how did I bring that about? Again, by proclaiming, declaring, decreeing, I didn't need dialysis, that I was just there to socialize, and I did that for 21 days. Okay? Before the phone rang on 7/6 about a kidney that was implanted on 7/7. Okay? So, yes, we can heal our physical ailments through spiritual means. Again, healed of seizures, that's a physical ailment, healed of seizures at the age of 8. Okay, doctors never knew what the cause was, but healed myself of seizures at the age of 8. That was the last time I had one. Also, arthroscopic knee surgery that I was supposed to have when I was in Germany in the military. That was avoided. Until this day, I can run, jump, play, and that knee does not give me any troubles. Okay? So reflect upon a persistent illness or ailment you experience. When does this ailment usually occur? What do you do to alleviate it? So, let me think. There aren't any today that happened. I don't have any physical ailments that I do not know the reason for. Again, I don't know if Mystic Michelle will address this, but you can have physical symptoms when you're going through spiritual ascensions and spiritual awakenings and things. Okay, and so for me, or perhaps just ascensions. So for me, if I have a headache today, I know it's one of two reasons. It's either I need to drink more water, or I'm going through a spiritual ascension. Okay? Same thing with the back pain. If I have back pain, I know I don't suffer from back pain. I don't deal with back pain. That's not an issue for me. Okay? So I know that if I'm going through back issues today, especially the middle of my back, that is a symptom of a spiritual ascension. Okay? If my heels are hurting, okay, again, I deal with heel spurs from the military, or because of the military, I guess. And so because of that, if my heels are hurting severely, okay, I have to, in this situation, I have to analyze whether or not that is because of where I've been walking, or the shoes that I'm wearing, or if that is a situation where I need to ground myself. It's 8:44 on the timer and 84 degrees. Okay. Let's take a look at that angel number 844. Let's look that up in Mystic Michelle's book, the Angel Numbers book. So angel number 844. Okay, and again, this is another one of her books. I get no credit for sharing these books. These are books that just stand out to me when I go to the store and I get them. Okay, so angel number 844. Feel secure. Your angels want you to feel secure and safe in their watchful presence. You've been given an abundance of blessings recently. Ooh, so there's abundance of blessings coming. For those of you who do not feel as though you've received an abundance of blessing, that's for a lot of us who are on this same timeline as I am. See these blessings and count them. As you do, lift a prayer to the angels for gifting them to you. No blessing is too small to count. Okay? So again, I've spent a year in this RV. I thank Highest Divine White Light each and every day that my head is not in the dirt, okay, and that I can comfortably afford to live where I live on the financial resources that I have coming in. Okay, consider the symbolic messages this ailment presents to you. How might this issue reflect deeper energetic aura and needs and struggles? Okay, so again, if you have headaches, often that is because you physically, you might need to drink more water. It could be also caused by spiritual ascensions if you are doing the work in order to ascend. Okay. What are some other? Same thing with stomach issues. Okay. Interestingly, in a lot of cases, those who suffer from stomach issues, okay, so the stomach deals with the core of your being, okay, the center of you. That's where your solar plexus and your sacral is. Oftentimes, people who deal with those types of issues are often people who deal with sexual issues, okay, and not knowing who they are, or not liking who they are, or not being comfortable with who they are, in their own skin. Okay, this is why, especially in younger people, older people too, but in younger people specifically, or I guess older people to a lesser degree, but younger people who suffer from obesity, the reason why they eat seemingly uncontrollably is because of a lack of confidence. So this comes from your sacral area. This comes from your sacral chakra, and solar plexus chakra, which are your core chakras. Okay. So this area grows physically, but it's not growing spiritually. Again, for those of them who lack self-confidence, again, those of them who do not like themselves, like the way that they look, or feel as though they're physically unpleasing or unappealing and that sort of thing. Okay? Your aura speaks its needs to you. Confirmation with the motorcycle rev or startup. Your aura speaks its needs to you all the time. But when it's ignored, it will grab your attention in more physical ways. These conditions can bring major discomfort These conditions can bring major discomfort, the point of which is no force to you, the point of which is to force you to understand the discomfort for what is beyond the physical world. That was definitely a Mercury retrograde moment with not being able to read that correctly. That was kind of wild. Visualize your aura, okay? The colors around you that make up your energetic signature are constantly moving and changing based upon what you are physically going through. It is a living vibration that clings to you, I like the living vibration. It is a living vibration. Your aura is a living vibration, giving the imprint of who you are to all who enter your auric atmosphere. In a visualization, you may notice excess color, rips, or textures that indicate an unhealthy imbalance. Giving yourself a moment to see yourself, really taking the time to contemplate yourself in this way is intensely validating. The gifts of this visualization practice will be returned by way of a clearer physical well-being. While this practice may not cure the health issues you are experiencing in your their entirety, it can give you a sense of identity and a foundation of energy in your physical body. Okay? So the take action section. Sit in a quiet spot and take a few deep breaths. When settled, visualize a bright light emanating from all around you. What color is it? I see yellow. Okay? Currently. What is its shape? How do you consider its overall health? Ask your divine inner wisdom now to show you anything on your physical body that may need healing. Allow that healing to happen as you sit and breathe peacefully. Doing this activity before you go to sleep every night is a helpful self-care routine. Again, we should all develop a self-care routine, a morning routine, and an evening routine before we go to sleep. Okay? Excuse me, confirmation, Bert. So for me, okay, again, since we're talking about health, again, my morning routine typically is I am generally awakened, not always, but often, awakened somewhere during the hour of 3 o'clock. I mean, that happens so often to me to where it's I literally just wake up. If I need to go to the restroom, I go, and I lay down, earbuds in, and I decide what frequencies I want to meditate at. Okay, whether that's Kundalini meditation, 369 meditation, crown chakra, third eye chakra, 7th chakra meditation, galactic star chakra meditation. Or some ancestral frequency meditation, and I decide what I'm going to meditate on. Okay, typically after that meditation, I go back to sleep. Then I wake up again, probably somewhere around 5 something. Okay, wake up, I wash my face. I brush my teeth. I use castor oil for my skin, for my face. Again, men, I encourage you to do that. Okay. Same thing with men, and taking care of hair that grows in unsightly places like your ears, your nose, all those places. Take care of those things, man. Okay? Grooming is extremely important, not only for your self-confidence and your solar plexus chakra, okay, but it's also important for the appeal of you. Okay? 2040 on the timer, 8:54 and 85 degrees. Okay? There was something on the echo screen about a mood booster. Okay, so waking up and doing these things each and every day, you develop a routine just like before you go to sleep. Okay, typically I cleanse my energy several times a day. Currently there is a frankincense and myrrh incense burning. So I do certain things every single day now in order to keep my vibration at a high level, in order to return to sender any and all evil, witchcraft, magic, whatever that the enemy might attempt to send to me. Okay? All of these things help your overall well-being, not just internally, but externally. Okay? And then finally, for visualize your aura, taking time to acknowledge your aura body connection with a visualization can be healing and validating for your entire spiritual body. More than anything, it can have special benefits for your physical body as you are taking the time to validate where it's being affected by any unbalanced energies. Along with saying I didn't need dialysis, that I was just there to socialize for 21 days, I would also visualize myself having been healed and not needing dialysis. Okay? 22:22 on the timer, on the video timer. Okay? I would visualize myself running, playing, jumping, not needing to do dialysis or not needing to go in for treatments. And even when I did home treatments, I put myself on and off the machine for a year. Even in doing that, I would visualize myself not doing that, them coming to pick up the machine and the computer and all that, or the tablet and all that sort of thing that was needed, that I was using in order to dialyze myself each and every day. I did dialysis 5 days a week. Okay. During that time. Traditional dialysis is 3 days a week, which is terrible. Okay, there needs to be, and if I ever get the opportunity to speak on a panel or speak to a panel, there was that opportunity that came in, that was in 2020, but because of the pandemic, it was canceled, and that was going to be with Fresenius. I was invited to speak to a panel of their C-level executives in Austria, yes, in Austria, in 2022 and 2020, sorry, by their vice president of experience or whatever. Her name is Angela McClure. Okay, her last name is McClure. Angela McClure. You can find her on LinkedIn. I don't know if she still holds that position, but you can find her on LinkedIn. It was 24/7 on the timer when I looked, 24/7. Okay. And so I look forward to any opportunities moving forward that allows for that. Okay. Me to share how 5-day-a-week treatments are better than 3-day-a-week treatments, and why aren't there any centers here in the U.S. that do 5-day-a-week treatments. Next Stage was bought up by Fresenius, and Fresenius is the Walmart of the dialysis world. They are the bullies. They are that's the monopoly company. Okay, of the dialysis world. Okay. So they buy up all the smaller companies, and then change all of that they're doing. Fresenius was doing a good thing when it was implementing 5-day-a-week treatments, and that was really the core focus of their business plan, which was a great one. Okay, but again, bought up by the bigger, dumber dog. Okay, essentially. Okay, so prioritize your health. It may be that you take time and energy to nurture the health of everyone around you, but forget about your own health in the process. The yellow aura might make doctor appointments for their family members, but never for themselves. The blue aura might cook according to their dietary needs, the dietary needs of a loved one, but ignore their own needs or preferences. When you think you are being selfless by taking care of others' needs before your own, you are actually reducing your capacity to continue your caring ways. And how true that is. Again, the best you can ever be for someone else is the best that you are to yourself. So if you are fat and obese, you smoke, but you are a doctor, you or a nurse, or some other medical profession, like you are, that is a hypocritic lifestyle. Okay? Because you cannot ask someone, do you smoke? Well, you should. That would stop your, or that would help you to not be dealing with these ailments or not be dealing with these sicknesses or whatever else. But you, as a doctor or a nurse or some other medical professional, you are a smoker of cigarettes. Okay, that just doesn't. You can't serve both man and divine source at the same time. Okay? Yeah. When you take care of yourself, you are stronger and more able to take care of the people in your life more abundantly than ever. Additionally, you deserve to be a priority on your own list. You need to be the number one priority. The number one priority. Okay? No one's health is more important to you than your own health. No one's. Okay? 27:27 on the video timer. Consider all the things you do to take care of others in your life. Now ask yourself, what have you been putting off doing for yourself? Again, not from a health perspective. I've generally always taken care of myself. There was a 2-year span after I graduated high school and before I went into the military, between 18 and 20, that I didn't take care of myself, and I got up to 195 pounds. And that's not going to the gym or, again, I wasn't doing much physical activity at all. I was playing basketball every now and then with my friends back then, but it certainly wasn't enough to keep off all the nachos and pizza and all that stuff, because I was an assistant manager at a movie theater, and after I graduated high school, I got another job, and I was an assistant manager at a Little Caesars. And so we would make all kind of stuffed pizzas and calzones and all. It was a slower store. And so we would make all this stuff, and we would sit there and eat it, and I would take pizzas home and all sorts of things. And so, but I wasn't doing anything after high school. No more varsity basketball, no more sports like that on a regular basis. And so my physical activity went way down. Okay? And so my weight ballooned. Okay? Also, for me, from an energetic perspective, as an adult, I have been guilty of giving a lot more out of my energy than what I am giving to myself. And again, that's with me taking care of myself physically. So I'm going to the gym and all of that, right? So being healthy physically and looking healthy, but energetically, spiritually, I was not taking care of myself. I was giving far more out to other individuals, 29:29 when I glanced down at the timer, giving more out of myself to other people than I was giving to myself spiritually. Okay, as an overgiver, that was what I had to heal about myself. Okay, so again, spiritual health and physical health, there is a balance there. Yin, yang, male, female, right? There's a balance there. Dark energy, light energy. Okay? Masculine, feminine. I think I said that already. Right? Okay, so the take action section for prioritize your health. Consider all the things you do to take care of others in your life, which, I read that, okay. So make yourself the priority. Schedule a medical appointment you've been putting off, cook yourself a healthy meal, or take a brisk walk around your lunch hour. After making yourself the priority, contemplate the ways you feel about the good you have just done. There are no wrong feelings. If you feel guilty, it's time for a closer look at why. Okay? So again, as a priority, or as you prioritize yourself, again, I'm reminded of my eldest daughter's mother, and how she suffers from the inability, or she lacks the strength to tell others no. Okay? So if they come to her, her name is Melinda, they come to her, Melinda, can you do this? Melinda, can you do this? Sister, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? Can you do that? She's yes, 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 yes. So there's something about her, again, overgiving. There's something about her that has her in an overgiving, or had her. I haven't spoken to her in a long time. Again, my daughter will be 28 this year, so I don't have a need to talk to her mother. Anything, I can talk to my daughter directly. So I haven't talked to her in a long time, but she did suffer from the yes illness. Okay, she could not tell people no for whatever reason. Okay, fear of not being accepted, fear of not being liked or loved, fear of disappointing them, whatever that is in her that needed to be healed. I hope she's working on those things, but whatever that is, those are things for her to heal. So if you feel guilty when you prioritize yourself, and I remember her telling me this at points when we were in communication with one another, that she would feel guilty. Why did she feel guilty about saying no to someone else and prioritizing herself? That's a question for her to answer. And if you're dealing with that, that's a question for you to answer. Okay? You deserve the same love and attention you give the ones around you, even when it's not entirely comfortable to make your health a priority. You are sending the same message you do to the ones you are so compassionate and helpful toward. Again, if you are here and you only live a life that is, I'm going to say 54 years, that is a short lifespan to me. Okay? So is 60 years, but I don't know, for some reason 54 came to mind. So if you live 54 years in this lifetime, you live one Jubilee plus 4 years. A Jubilee is 50 years, okay? So you live one Jubilee plus 4 years. You are not doing yourself, your family, your bloodline any favors because you neglect your physical health. When you only live 54 years and you die of heart attack, heart disease, something that was avoidable, but you didn't. High blood pressure, okay? But you chose not to. By the way, if you drink enough water, you can lower your blood pressure by drinking enough water, okay? Again, today after a kidney transplant, I do not take any meds concerning the kidney transplant. I don't advise you to do that. I'm doing what I'm advised to do. So I take no I forget what it's even called, no rejection meds, okay? Rejection meds are said to have to be a lifetime thing. I take no rejection meds today. None. Okay? I was taking tacrolimus and mycophenolate. Those were the two anti-rejection meds that I was taking after my kidney transplant. I left the hospital with 17 pills that I was taking twice a day and one oral gargle to prevent infection. Okay? Today, I take none of those things. None of those things. Even the ones the doctor said that I was supposed to take for a lifetime, I take none of those things today. It's 9:09 on the actual time, Mountain Standard Time, okay? And so it is possible for you, even contrary to what doctors say. Again, I don't recommend that unless you are spiritually guided to do so. I am not a medical doctor. I am an unlicensed nephrologist. And I'm only an unlicensed nephrologist because of all my due diligence and my journey through 4.5 years of dialysis, kidney transplant, and my own studies about what the kidney is, what helps it function, what doesn't, etc. Okay? So, understanding your body and how energetically it is speaking to you and what it is trying to alert you to is extremely important. One of the first symptoms that I recognized in 2007 was massive hair loss. Okay, when I was getting sick sporadically, was massive hair loss. Okay, literally I would wake up and there would be clumps of my hair on the pillow. Okay, because of this rare autoimmune virus that man has no cure for today that attacked my native kidneys. Pay attention to your physical health. I should have done something back then, but I didn't, again, because I was neglectful in going to the doctor to find out what was going on with me. I thought it was, first of all, I thought it was like bad food, dairy or something like that. So I would do things, I would doctor on myself when those symptoms would appear until they got to a point to where, again, I lost 30 plus pounds in less than a month. And then I knew something was severely wrong. I was spending 2 hours in the bathroom. Okay, I couldn't keep anything down, whether it was puking or number 2, it didn't matter. I couldn't keep anything down. Okay, pay attention to your physical health. And then the last section that we will cover is move your body. Your body wants to move, but the ways society tells you to do so may have a detrimental effect. You may overhear your friends talking about the latest workout craze. Again, don't do a diet, do a lifestyle change. Be tempted to purchase an exercise piece of equipment for your home, or see the way social media influencers are getting their bodies in shape. All of these inputs can cause you to feel overwhelmed, stopping you before you take your first aerobic step forward. Luckily, your aura has ways in which it is more motivated to move than others. You may notice that as a red aura, lifting weights is empowering, or as a blue aura, walking with a friend seem to work out better than anything else. Your green aura may crave getting lost in nature, or your yellow aura may enjoy a local salsa class. No matter what you may feel most comfortable moving, no matter what way you may feel most comfortably moving, leaning into your aura and knowing that the purpose of movement is to feed your body will, oh man, I'm butchering this. Okay, so let me start that sentence over. No matter what may, thanks Mercury retrograde, no matter what way, I'm still saying may, no matter what way you feel most comfortable moving, leaning into your aura and knowing that the purpose of movement is to feel your body will help you create a lasting habit. Again, for me, that is working out. That is weightlifting. That is what I like to do, whether it's using bands, whether I'm definitely a walk in the park kind of guy, nature walk. I could even go on a good little jog. I'm good to go on a good little jog. Again, I don't voluntarily run today, but I'm definitely good for a nice, easy, paced little jog, for a couple of miles. I'm definitely good for that. I can do that. That's not a problem for me. And in fact, at my most stressful times in life, I generally go for a run. But again, that's at the most stressful points in my life. I run. Okay? So take action. Get creative by trying out a variety of physical exercises. Afterward, ask yourself what feelings accompanied your favorite physical exercises. Okay, so some of my best or favorite physical exercises deal with the back. Okay, pulling exercises. Those are my favorite exercises. Whether those are pull-ups, whether those are barbell lat pulls, whether those are shoulder or chest presses or what have you. My favorite exercises are exercises where I am working my back. Okay? My back also happens to be the most defined part of my body because I enjoy those exercises so much. Obviously, what you enjoy most, you're going to do the most frequently. Okay? So, again, I don't run a lot, so the most neglected part of my body is my legs, or are my legs. Okay? And again, my legs are, because of genetics, my legs are naturally muscular and solid and that, but I don't do much of anything to work out my legs. Speaking of which, I am I've lost just even since dialysis, I've lost a lot of weight, and then I gained the weight back after dialysis, and I was released after the transplant to go back to the gym and lift heavy weight and all of that. I had gained quite a bit muscularly since 2017, but then over the last I would say over the last 2 years, I've definitely lost a lot of that muscular density, okay, and the thickness, okay. And so one of the things that I'm doing today, speaking of legs, one of the things that I do today, or I've started doing today, is I'm starting to do more body squats, right? And that for my glutes, because I noticed that this might be TMI, because with the weight loss, okay, I've noticed a little sagging there. My glutes generally they don't sag. That's not something that I've had to deal with. In fact, I remember as a kid, I would get upset because kids at school would tease me about my legs and my butt. I remember this. This is like going back to like 6th grade, right? Again, very muscular legs. That's in large part due to genetics, okay? And so my legs were a lot more muscular or larger than most kids in the 6th grade, okay? And they teased me about my butt, okay? And this is so funny to even remember now. I don't even know why I'm remembering this, but I remember specifically this was an issue when I went to, in the 6th grade, I went to B.J. Ward or Bernard J. Ward Middle School in Bolingbrook, Illinois. I went there for the 6th and 7th grade. I remember that was an issue then, and I remember going to Kevin and telling him that the kids at school were teasing me about that. And it was just very interesting. So today, perhaps I'm working on getting back some of that more firmness in that area of my body. Again, yeah, okay. Also, where I am, because of where I am currently, I do not have the weights. I only have the elastic bands that I use to work out with here in the RV, and so because of that, I don't have the heavy weights to work out with and that sort of thing to build muscle density. Okay, so much so. Think about these feelings before, during, and after. Okay, considering your favorite activities and your physical activities and how they make you feel. Reflect on how the activities you find both pleasurable and good for your physical health relate to your aura. Again, this is how I see this, and this is how I've seen this for quite some time for me. Is with back exercises, one of the reasons why I enjoy them so much is because I am a workaholic. I have that mule type of energy, that oxen type of energy, okay, of hard work, of just diligence, just stick-to-itiveness. I have that about me. I am just that way, okay? And so with that spiritual strength, that spiritual warrior strength that I am, that also translates into pulling, okay? And pushing. That translates into pulling and pushing. And so it's no surprise to me in understanding that. And again, I've seen this years ago, long before even a dark night of the soul. I recognized that my inner strength relates to the reason why I like pulling exercises so much. Okay, is because my spiritual shoulders and my spiritual back are strong to withstand a lot. Again, all the witchcraft and all of that that's come against me through my family, through lovers, past lovers and partners and karmic friends and the religious organization that I was a part of for 20 years, and all of them coming against me energetically and all of that in whatever way they did, even if they were not doing witchcraft against me, even if it was just not believing the truth when the truth was presented to them. Okay? All of that is the reason why I enjoy pulling exercises. All right? So, yeah. So thank you so much. As always, are we finished here? Oh, no. Okay. So think about ways to incorporate these exercises into your day-to-day life in a way that does not feel overwhelming to you. Stick these activities on your calendar or schedule them with a friend who will give you lots of encouragement to keep it up, okay? One thing that I will mention here that is a great point and could be easily overlooked is doing these things in such a way, scheduling them in such a way that you are not overwhelmed or they are not overwhelming to you. So do not jump in. If you haven't been to the gym in 5 years, don't jump into the gym or jump in with the idea of spending an hour and a half at the gym every day, and don't jump in with that mentality. Go easy on yourself. Start with a little bit and then work your way up, add exercises or add more routines or what have you, longer walks, longer runs, longer bicycle rides, whatever it is, add longer distance or durations as you go. Don't jump in right away and saying, okay, I'm going to spend this amount of time at the gym, and again, you haven't done this, whatever that thing is, in many, many years. Okay, go easy on yourself. That is also nurturing. Okay, to go easy on yourself and not to expect that. I remember the first mile or first run that I did after the military. And I ETS from the military in 2003 on 224. That might be significant for you, 224, or 2003. And I remember I did not run from 2003 until 2009. I ran in 2009. The religious organization that I was a part of in Sanford, Florida, the Rock of Central Florida, that I was a part of, they had started a walk-run club. And it didn't last, but they started a walk-run club for a little bit. It might have lasted for like 5 or 6 months or something. But I was excited that they were doing this. I was excited to participate in anything that the Rock was doing at the time. That was where I was sent, and so I was all in. But I remember at this time, I had started back smoking, okay? Cigarettes. And I had started back smoking after I went during my hiatus, called a hiatus, in between 2004 and 2004 and 2006. I had gotten frustrated with the way that things were going after the military, frustrated with Most High, frustrated with where life was, frustrated with career, frustrated with all of it, okay? And so I decided, you know what? There's no need for me to go to church. There's no need for me I can do bad all by myself kind of mentality. And I did do bad all by myself. And so one of the habits that I picked up again was smoking, okay? And so I quit both times cold turkey. But in 2009, when I quit cold turkey again, that was the second time, and that was for good. But I went running, and my first run was 6 miles. 6 miles with this group, this run walk club at the Rock of Central Florida. 6 miles. None of them, I don't even think they even knew I smoked cigarettes. Okay? But I went running on this 6 mile run. Okay? And I surprised myself, but it was also motivational for me to be running with them. So they were motivation, those individuals that I was running with, those were motivational for me. Okay? 2 of those individuals, their name is Kim and Larry, or Kimberly and Larry. Those names might be significant for your journey. Okay? So thank you so much. This one ran very long, but thank you so much as always for tuning in. Again, I'm so big into health. I have many stories and experiences about what has worked for me. A diet is not a plan. You need a lifestyle change. Okay? A diet that's not the course of action. Okay? And so because I'm so heavily into physical fitness and activities that keep you physically healthy, I want to be as attractive when I'm 80 to my spouse as I am in my 40s. Okay? As I was in my 30s or whatever. Okay? I want to be as attractive to her then as I am now. I want to be as hot to her then, and I understand attractions change. So she may be more in love with some other part of me when I'm 80 as opposed to when I'm 49. However, I want to still be sexy. I still want to function in those ways to her, because those are all parts of the reason why she was attracted to me in the first place. Okay? It would be foolish of me to neglect my spirituality after I get married. Okay? And after my divine masculine, and understand, again, that has nothing to do with the dick or a vagina, people. Okay? Nothing to do with that. It's energy. Okay? You can be a male and be a divine feminine. You can be a female and be a divine masculine. Understand the difference and what those terms mean. If you do not know, look those things up. Okay? And so it would be foolish of me to let go of my spirituality after I meet and marry my divine masculine. That would be foolish of me, because this is a large part of what is attracting her to me, whether she's aware of me today or not. That is in large part of what is drawing her into me and me to her. Okay? So don't let go of those things, men, women, once you get married. Okay, I understand having children, okay, it's tough. I can't say I know how you feel, obviously, because in this lifetime I am a male, okay, but in understanding that you can get, it takes work. Everybody's afraid of the big D. Everybody is afraid of the big D. What's the big D? Discipline. Everybody is afraid of the big D, okay? So don't be afraid of discipline in order to bring about the life changes that you want to see, physically and spiritually, externally and internally, to understand and overstand, okay? Thank you so much for being a part of the channel. Again, welcome to the Soul Tribe Collective, Michelle. We are happy to have you be a part of the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. To the rest of us, Soul Tribe Collective, sending you great love as well. And know that there are answers. Most of them are spiritual. There are answers to every single thing that you are experiencing in your life today that you consider negative. Okay? My name is Nehru. This is Esoteric Guidance. As always, be encouraged.